So what's up to my beautiful queens, divas of a more mature age? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. I am the Eva Monroe, and today, just to let you know, this video is going to be about a very sensitive topic. It's not for kids, so don't sit there and watch this video with your children. And if you're squeamish, or if you are afraid of the V word, then come back tomorrow because I'm going to upload a fragrance video and a wig video too. So I'm doing this video because women ask me. And I'm also doing this video because I hear men talking a lot on social media about women and the way that women smell and trying to give women direction about what it is that they need to do to care for themselves. So before I get into this video, let me share these beautiful roses with you guys. This came from the company Rose Forever, and they always come in this beautiful velvet box, and these roses actually last 365 days. This is a top that comes on it, and you just open them up, sit them somewhere in your house, wherever you would like to see beautiful roses. I actually have this one, and you can't see it, but I have a white one that they have also sent me up here. So if you would like to have one of these, or if you would like to gift this, I feel like this would be like the perfect gift for your girlfriend who is always like, I don't get any roses. Buy her those, and they will last her for an entire year. So there you go. Okay, now let's jump right in because we're all grown women here, right? I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 80, we're all grown women. And if you are on your level up journey, your level up journey should definitely include improving your feminine health. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I just want to talk about some things that I didn't know or understand that ruined my vaginal health. And once I figured these things out and I started to pay more attention to these things, then I had better vaginal health. So I talk a lot about fragrances and how to make your fragrances last long and how to smell good all day and what expensive fragrances to buy. But if you're going out and you're buying $300 and $400 fragrances and your hygiene game ain't on point, waste of money. Like, spend your money on something else. Like, play the lottery or something. Gamble. Play blackjack. I like to play blackjack. All right, so this is the first thing I want to say. I want to tell you guys, okay? And I'm going to say the word vagina, okay? Vagina has a smell. Let's clear that up right now, okay? Vagina has a smell. Now, if you are healthy, you are on top of your regularly scheduled gynecologist visits, you have a good diet, you drink plenty of water, you don't eat a lot of junk, you clean yourself properly, then whatever your vagina smells like is probably what it's supposed to smell like if you're well. So if you're with a gentleman who would prefer that your vagina smell like Rose Forever, then you need to send him on his way to find a new vagina. Okay? Just so you know, vagina has a smell. Now, grown men understand this. Ill-informed boys and ill-informed men do not understand this. Grown men appreciate this. If it ain't bad, if it ain't right, they appreciate that. Vagina has a smell. Now that we got that out of the way, we can move on. Now, the second thing is, stop listening to men about what it is that you need to do for your vaginal care, for your vaginal health. They don't know. And unless they have a MD or a GYN somewhere in close proximity to their name, they don't know. And the information that they are giving you is based off of what they have heard from their friends in the streets and that big red bag that they saw hanging on the back of their granny's door, bathroom door. They don't know. I hear this all the time. Men, women need to douche. Women need to douche. No, stop doing that and stop listening to men they don't know. Unless you have a male gynecologist, which I do. But stop listening to them. They don't have a clue. They need to worry about taking care of their own. I'm waiting on one of them to do a video like this. Now, the third thing is you're doing too much. You're probably doing too much. If you find that you're struggling with vaginal care, your vaginal health, you have an odor, you're always irritated, you're always itching, you're probably doing too much. And when I say doing too much, I mean you are using things like FDS. Throw this, get rid of that, okay? Summer's Eve, cleansing wash, Norforms, all that type of stuff. Stop putting that stuff inside of you. It is wreaking havoc on your vaginal health. It's not good for you. There's only one time of month where I could think that you would need to be using maybe Summer's Eve feminine wash. And y'all know what time of the month that is. That stuff is drying. It's damaging, especially FDS. Every time I touch FDS, I have a problem. I get an issue. I'm not even sure why. I dug way to the back of my cabinet and that can was in there. I was like, oh yes, good. I'll use this for the video. But do not constantly use that stuff on your vagina. It's bad for you. We don't really know what's in that stuff. It's irritating. With FDS, you're using perfume to cover up a smell. Now, I have known guys who didn't even like the smell of that stuff. Like I said, grown men will be like, don't put perfume down there. I hate the smell of that. They don't like that. So if you find that you are constantly having to use FDS to cover up a smell, then you probably have an issue that you need to look into. Stop using that stuff. Now, I recently purchased some products, and these products were created by a sister girl, and they are honey pot products, okay? Now, I'm not into sprays and creams and foams and things like that. I'm telling y'all, when I stopped using all of that mess, my vaginal health improved leaps and bounds. But these are natural products, and they're actually what was I reading? Okay, they're plant-based, 100% natural. The pH is 3.5 to 4.5. They're cruelty-free, sulfate-free, and gynecologists love it. So I have the sensitive foaming wash, which I really like that. I have the lavender calming spray. Now, let me tell y'all something funny about the lavender calming spray, okay? Because I read on here that you can spray it on your feet and you can spray it on your armpits, right? To me, it really actually doesn't even really have a smell at all. And I'm gonna spray some in my hand. Yeah, it really doesn't even have a smell, right? So, I didn't want to use it on, down there. So I sprayed it under my arms, you guys, and I sprayed it under my armpits, and it legit kept me dry. I was really tripping on that. I was like, oh my God. So, wow, it's for the honey pots, but you can spray it under your arms and it really does keep you dry. So I really like that. And I'm always all for feminine care wipes because I like to keep stuff like this in my purse. When I bought these, I actually bought like 4 boxes of them. I like to keep a few of them in my purse because you never know. You get out in public, you might have a situation. Keep them in your purse. I keep a box in the bathroom. You never know when you're going to use these. Again, you can clean your face with these. It's safe for that. If it's safe for down there, of course, it should be safe for your face too, right? Think about that with FDS. Because you couldn't put FDS on your face, right? So, her honey pot wipes, and they're for intimate body parts, or intimate parts, body and face. No parabens, no dioxides. They're plant-based feminine care, and they just make you feel clean and fresh. Don't ever flush these, especially if you're at somebody else's house. Don't ever flush them down someone's toilet stool. Throw them in the garbage can. So I like to use, when I say you're doing too much, it not only includes sprays and all that type of stuff, and suppositories, which I can never think of a reason ever to use a scented suppository on your vagina. There's never a reason for that. Um, Soaps also can kill you. I mean, well, not kill you, but they can wreak havoc on you. And it took me a long time to learn this, because I have in my bathroom right now, I got about 50 different scented shower gels, from satsuma to grapefruit to, I have keys and stuff in there. Because I love to coordinate my body wash with my fragrances, right? Previously, in a previous life, whatever I was using on my body, I would use it down there. And I stayed irritated. I stayed having problems. I stayed at the gynecologist until I figured out that my soaps were killing me. And so this is all I will use. A teeny, teeny, tiny bit of this, a dab of this. But let me keep it real with you. You really don't need that. But if you're like me, I don't feel like stuff is clean unless soap has hit it. That's a mental thing. Um, if you have a detachable shower head, I said this in a video before, a detachable shower head can be your best friend. Can be your best friend. They changed the shower head out in my bathroom and it wasn't detachable, and I was like, call them back right now. We got a problem. We got a problem. Use your detachable shower head. Spend time. Take about 3 to 5 minutes. Put the water on a cooler setting. Don't put it on the most harsh pressure that you can get it on. Just a nice low pressure, and cleanse yourself. Just cleanse it. Water is really all you need. And make sure your water isn't too hard or harsh in your house, because that could dry you out as well. But you don't need lots of smelly stuff to make you smell right. Now, back to what I touched on earlier, which is what goes in must come out. If you don't have any bacterial infections, you have one sexual partner, which don't mean none sometimes, you're doing everything right, you've been visiting the gynecologist, and you still find that you have this smell, check your diet. What goes in must come out. If you drink soda, you eat tons of sugar, you smoke, you drink a lot, whatever, all of that type of stuff, once you take it in, where else is it going to come out from, right? So eat a healthy, clean diet. Stay on top of your pineapples and your little cranberry juice concoctions and things like that that make you smell nice and fresh and clean and keep you healthy. What goes in must come out. Remember that. Another thing I forgot to mention is what I feel like changed my life, and that was yogurt. Once I started to have a yogurt a day, I really, really noticed a huge difference in my vaginal health. And if ever I get off of it and I'm slacking, if I'm off of it for maybe 3 days or 4 days, because my husband has discovered now that he likes yogurt. After all these years, he had never had yogurt. Now he's eating yogurt, so we're kind of fighting for it in the house now. But whenever I get off of it, I can tell. I can quickly tell. So it keeps all those good bacteria and things flowing. Another thing that is really good is ACV baths. Put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in your bath. Helps things, cleanse and become regulated. So now, the last thing that or not the last thing, but the next thing that I want to talk about is something that men will often debate with you. But this is very true. If you're healthy, you're eating right, your regular scheduled doctor visits, you just checked that off the list, the doctor told you were fine, you're good to go, you clean yourself good, all that stuff checks out okay. Check your partner. And this is real. Sometimes men can be the reason that you have a smell. And they don't like to cop to this. But while they're out here giving vaginal information and advice and telling women they need to douche, this is something they need to know. If your partner is unhealthy, your partner drinks a lot, he smokes a lot of ganja, do they still call it ganja? Weed, reefer, kush, whatever it is. If he indulges, he doesn't eat healthy, he has high blood pressure, he's diabetic, he's on oodles of medication, he's not healthy, he can cause you to have a smell. What goes in must come out. So that is always something to think about and take into consideration. I learned that the hard way because I had a partner and I couldn't figure things out. I was like, I'm healthy, I'm fine, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I didn't even think I wanted this thing anymore. I was like, I'm tired of trying to figure it out. I'll go to the doctor. The doctor will be like, well, did the wind blow on it too hard? Did you eat some salt? What happened? And eventually I figured out that it was him that was causing me to smell. Another thing that came as a complete surprise to me was that I have an allergic reaction to certain condoms, or had a reaction to certain condoms. So that is something to think about as well. If you are active and you notice that every time you are, after the fact, you have a funny smell, they have a funny smell anyway. But if it's lingering and you start experiencing irritation and things like that, you may have an allergy to certain types of condoms. So you want to talk to your doctor about what it is that you should be using if that is your problem. Now, let's talk a little bit about skincare, and because people ask me this all the time as well, and the actual art of bathing itself. Now, the last time I did a video about my skincare routine, I shared my undying love for these with you guys. Like, I have a thing. Oh, all this just matches. I wore my pink shirt today because we were talking about feminine stuff. I love these. I absolutely love these. I used to see these in the store years ago and I'd be like, now who is putting gloves on and getting in the shower? Man, listen, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. You put these bad boys on, you soap them up, and you can come in contact with places that little washcloth could never go. But I love these. I love these. I love these. I don't even, well, up until about 2 weeks ago, I never felt as clean until I started using these. I never felt like squeaky, super duper, almost too clean until I started using these. Exfoliating, cleans you, puts in work. So I love these. Get a pair of those. Use them with your Dove soap, or whatever soap it is you use. Shouldn't have any harsh fragrances, perfumes, dyes, or anything like that. I have a new love in my life, y'all. I not only do I have this new love in my life, my husband has this new love in his life as well, because I bought a pack of 3 of these from Amazon, and I gave one to my husband. After I used mine, I was like, listen, because he likes shower gloves. I turned him on to shower gloves as well. I was like, listen, dude, you got to try this. You're going to fall in love with this. And this is, I'm not exactly sure of the exact name of it. We're going to call it a Japanese cleansing cloth. Is that what it is? If you know the name of this, leave it in the comment section below. Ladies, oh my God. Wet this, put your soap on it. It soaps up like crazy, but the clean you feel is so ridiculous. And it does, now I have a back brush, but a back brush is cool, but it doesn't work like this, because you just take this thing and you just get all back here and it's full of soap and it sloughs off all the dead skin. If you're having issues with back acne, I talked about this in my hair, in a hair video one time, that I started having back acne and I could not figure out what it was. I was like, why is my back breaking out? Like, I've never had acne on my back before. And this was right when I very first became a naturalista, and I was in the thick of watching YouTube videos. So I would get up in the morning, slather my hair down with co-wash or conditioner or whatever before work, get in the shower, wash my body, cleanse my body, and then the last thing I would do before I got out of the shower was rinse the conditioner out of my hair, because I was going to do a wash and go. And what I didn't know was that conditioner clogs your pores. That's why when you put it in, you got to rinse it out. You can't really keep it in. It clogs your pores. And so I was rinsing it out. It was running all down my back and my butt and the back of my legs, which was where I was experiencing the breakouts. And it was sitting there all day long. And so if you do that, put your conditioner in, get in the shower, rinse your hair out, and then shower if you're having issues with back acne and it's not like hormonal or anything like that, because I know that it can be hormonal. But most often we don't clean our backs good enough, right? Some people have a back brush. Some people have a husband. If you allow him to come in the shower with you, maybe he'll wash your back every now and again, but that doesn't happen every day. And so your back starts to be dry and itchy, and eventually it'll start to break out. It doesn't look good as the rest of your body. This is perfect. I feel like this just polishes my skin. I actually will put some of my facial cleanser on it. I'm now using CeraVe, because if you guys watched my skincare routine, I've always been a purity girl, but I have switched to CeraVe and I'm really loving it. I'm going to have to talk about it in a video, but I just put a little CeraVe on my face. On this cloth, and I had already washed off my makeup, right? Already removed my makeup, but I said, let me exfoliate my skin. I was appalled at how much makeup I was still getting on this cloth. So this is life. You can get 3 of these on Amazon for like $14. You get yellow, green, pink, all different colors. Again, I'm not sure what the name of that is. Another thing, skin thing, this is face that I've talked about before, I've shared with you guys before, is actually my facial steamer, which is life. At night, after I've cleansed my skin, I just come in here and I sit down, I put a towel over my head, and I just get my whole neck and face and everything, and just, it feels so good. And especially before you put your products on your skin, because when you steam, you open up your pores, then your skin is able to receive whatever products you're putting on it. So thank you guys so much for listening to me today. If you have some vajayjay care secrets, tips, tricks, whatever it is, as long as it's not none of that harsh stuff that's going to break us down and give us cervical cancer and everything, then definitely leave it in the comment section below. I have one more thing that I wanted to share with you guys. And you know what? I have been forgetting about these forever and a day, but let me throw this in there real quick. These were sent to me by a company called Lilova. And these are actually period panties. And you can wear these for up to 8 hours, but they're supposed to be like way better for you than actual like tampons and maxi pads like Always and things like that, which they're still using horrible cottons and things to make. I feel like these would be amazing for like teenage girls, because sometimes they're in school, they're in a situation where they can't, take care of the change up right away, or they may be shy or ashamed to. But this is definitely something to check out. So they are by the company Lilova. Thank you guys again. Until I see you next time, be blessed and bye for now.